morning, everyone. Well, today I'm gonna just, I've been going through my art room, and most of it's scrappy stuff, but then I also have my jewelry in there. But anyhow, we had, me and my friend, she's the one who got me scrapbooking, and then she's like, oh, I want to make cards. And so then I was at a craft show where I was showing my jewelry, and I seen somebody doing a Stampin' Up! Demonstration, and she was, you could go over to her house and learn how to make cards and stuff. So I got her into that since she got me into the other. And then when we'd go to, when I'd go to the library, the lady there, she knew by what I checked out. She goes, you need to do some kind of thing here at the library. So probably she tried to talk me into it for, I don't know, several months. But then I talked to my friend. I said, do you want to do card class at the library? So we did that. And so we would we would pick 5 cards, and then it would cost them $5, I think. And we might have only started out at 3, and we did 5 cards, but for only $3. So anyhow, we would do up cards ahead and like hang them up so they could see what we were gonna do. And so I'm gonna show you some of the cards that we did. And actually my favorite ones, I've given them away. But I do have a few that, because my mother-in-law and my mom, they would actually give me the cards back after, a few years. They would like, here, you can have, you can keep, do you want these? And so I actually, I'll show you some of those at the end. So anyhow, of course, this was at the 4th of July, or it was the July one we did. We did one a month, and it was well received. I mean, we started out doing like, I think maybe 8 to 10 people, and then it grew to 15 people. And this was one of the ones we did for the 4th of July, and we had taken whoops, I've got stuff falling over here. We had taken, a vintage looking paper, and a lot of our papers that you're gonna see were from those big stacks that we got at like Joann's, and it was like, I think it's all Ducats with a view paper. But anyhow, this one we had taken a wooden star and covered it with like crackle paper, because we didn't have time to do crackle stuff. It always took us a lot longer than what we thought when we did class. And then my friend actually had this gingham ribbon, and I think it turned out so cute. And so we would just leave them blank, so that they could put in whatever they want. But so, I mean, we had different, some you're gonna see are very simple, and because we always tried to do kind of different techniques, and we were learning right along with them. So it's like, we'd come up with a project, and then we would make kits. So the papers that we had, we'd cut them enough that we could, or we'd cut them all out so that we could get 10 or 15 depending on how many people we had. And so this would have been in September when school started, and this would be like a teacher's card, of course. I guess I don't have to show you the inside because we didn't decorate any of the insides. And now I do like to decorate the insides, even though sometimes I don't. And this one was, this was a stencil here. Oh, this was the paper, and then this was paper, and then this was felt, and this was a toothpick that we painted white. And then I think I just typed some of the, oh no, this is a rubber stamp. And then we just used one of those small clip things. So I can't tell you. This is a stencil, a metal stencil, and I'll tell you, I love doing this. I loved it so much, I made a ton of them. So it's like, because I liked it with this paper, and then I used that, like the handmade paper torn and a button on it. I love how that looks. And then here it is with a different button and with just orange paper behind it. So, it looks just a little bit different, and then of color, of course, however you color it. And I would use like orange, green, and brown because I like how that all looked together. So really cute. And then this one here is so funny because I pulled this out and it's like, I don't even remember making that, but I remember all the papers and everything, and I love this one. This is one of my favorites. And oh, we used the Flower Soft on it. I didn't realize that now. And I had a friend send me some of the Flower Soft, which I really like, but it's like I just had so much stuff in my craft room that I have to, you know, kind of limit it to a few rubber stamps, die cuts, and her dies and paper. So, but I love how this looks. I think it's super cute, and I like it on that paper. Really cute. And oh, and we would cut the cards like to match our envelopes. So sometimes, you know, depending on the envelope or whatever. And then this one here we did, well, I think I might have made this one. I don't know if she made one of these or not. But I don't think I made this for a class. I just made it. But I made the envelope too. And I used, my mom had this old Bible that I think she got at Goodwill. But it looked like it maybe had been rained on. It looked best loved. But I used some papers out of that, and then I die cut or rubber stamped it. This is like one of my favorite dies. And then so this is like more, I don't know if you'd even call it a card, but I still have it because I didn't know what to what to do with it, but I liked making it. So that was one. Then of course the back is just empty except for the cover, of course. And so then I would just, I do have one of those boards where you can make an envelope. So I might have made it with that, but sometimes I would just wing it. And this is another one where it's the Flower Soft. And I'm not going to open up this. I got two of them. And I just thought I'm going to go through my stuff and do something with, because I didn't even have these out where I could actually get to them, and it's like all the time I need cards. But this got the Flower Soft, and then these are actually, I think it's is it rubber stamped on there? I think it's rubber stamped on there, and or it might have been actually from the Flower Soft. I'm not sure, because I know that the Flower Soft had some things that you could just, you know, put Flower Soft on, and this might be one of them. But I loved working with Flower Soft. So fun. And I left these in. We would sometimes make extra and take them to the craft shows where I took my jewelry. Now this is another one with the Flower Soft, and it actually has these wire things. I have this one here that I gave to one of the mothers, and anyway, it's like the peel-offs. I just love those things. They're so much fun to use, and they're so easy to use. I'm just amazed at how you could just line it up, and it works so good. And my granddaughter did it too when she was quite young, and was able to put them down really easily. And then you put the Flower Soft stuff on these. They're actually a wire, and the stuff stays on pretty good. I mean, it's like, if it falls off, it's because it just really wasn't glued. And these can actually be bent different ways depending on how you like them. But I have, I think, 3 different ones of those. Well, these two look very much alike. And this is one I had given to one of the mothers. Okay, and then I'm always been into like interactive cards, and I mean I would do all the pages interactive if they wouldn't be so bulky. I mean, it's like I put really super bulky stuff on anyway, but I'm gonna put them in page protectors. But here's like a little bag, and then I made a little tag to put in here, and so for the, yeah, you gotta get it in just the right place. So this is one, and I put a little spot in there too. Right on. But, and then this was not a die because it was before we had a die machine. But, so it was some kind of bird that I bought like that, I guess. Okay, so those, I think those are super cute. And here's another one. I'll open it up, and sometimes I had them in bags, so I just left them in bags. This one here, I made this little flower, and I know this is supposed to be in here. I need to put that in there. Let me fix it while I'm at it. So these, like our wood pieces that I had bought at, where Hobby Lobby, and then the little die-cut bird, and then I made these little flowers out of lace. I was really into that. It's like when I, you know, before I started cutting Minte papers when I had more time, I would take like pieces of lace and I would just gather them up and make little flowers. So I have a bunch of these, and then this is actually a bead. And then I have another little, oh, this now. I thought that looked like it would come out. I don't have my tweezers here. I was gonna see if that came. I think I have something in here. I don't know, maybe not. Oh yes, I do. But this was the decoration in the envelope. A lot of these that were made quite a while ago, and some were made a real long time ago, because I think we did the classes probably, I don't know, 2005 or something like that. And then it's like, I thought, I just don't have time to make, I just got to the point where it's like, we were never scrapbooking because we were busy making kits all the time for the card class. But I love this, a little birdie told me. And this was a Father's Day card, and I'm not sure if the paper looked like this, and that's why we made it into a golf ball. But, and then, I think I just cut one of these, and then, because sometimes I just cut a shape, and so this was golfing, and then we have the Argyle, and I just thought it was super cute. Oh, and yeah, this one's still a card ready to go. So that was one. I'm gonna put these aside so that I got a place to slide this. And this was another one. I love this. I think this is so cute. Just by using striped paper, putting that in a different direction, cutting out a pocket and putting the buttons on, and then making a little like angle. It's like you can make a shirt. I mean, it's like it was all just winging it. But I love how these turned out. And then a little card you stuck in the pocket that says Dad on it. And aren't they so cute? I hope I was in screen the whole time, because I know I was sitting here like this. Okay. And so I've got two of those. And then here's another one. I should have took it out. Oh, and we had this stamp made, and it is Proverbs 25:11. It's apples of gold, and it's that verse. And then I just put buttons, and this is a striped paper onto this craft color paper. And one of these, I've got one of these little books, and I think that might be hot off the press, but it has like a bunch of little things that you can fussy cut out of them. And then a word could be put there or something. I just think they're so cute. Okay, and then this one here, I thought, I love how it looks like a quilt paper. And so anyhow, I took one of these big like upholstery needles and ran some yarn through it and punched some holes in it, and then I wrote, "You're so special." And just lately, I don't know where I got these from, but I got an envelope now that it fits in. I was gonna have to make one before, but now I got a few of these square ones. But I thought that's super cute, and look at how fun that is. And just, you know, these were actually, the paper actually looks like it's stitched, and the whole paper was like these little squares, looking like they were stitched. And I just took 5 of them, 4 for the background, and then 1 for the little card on top, because again, I like them interactive. Okay, and this one here is just a gingham. You know, I like that. It does have some flower soft on it. We rubber stamped and colored it, matted it. I don't know, how come I always want to keep opening in them. Like all of a sudden they're gonna have writing on them. This one here was, I love these Gibson Girl rubber stamps, except for I noticed that it's like, I'm thinking, what am I going to use them for? Because I'm just the one who loves them. But, so that's one. I think I did a couple of these with different color, like green or purple in it. And again, I had to open it. And then this one here, we always try to do something, you know, that was super easy for some of them, just because you had different groups of ladies where some of them, they were really into. We had one lady, she just went out and bought all kinds of rubber stamps, all kinds of punches. I know we went over to her house one day and it's like, oh my gosh, she was so into it. She loved it. It was, and you know, it's like making cards with us was her first time, and she just totally ran with it. So this one here, we just made a knot. We cut out a thing that looked like a curtain, put some paper behind there that looks like sky, and then just use a sticker. And then we have these different layers of paper. And this one here, we antiqued it. This is where I used most of my ink, was just antiquing things. I like that vintage look. So we got like a vintage piece of paper back there, the vintagey color papers, and then we just put a flower on it and a ribbon. And it's like, you know, I probably would never do anything like this now, but it was like, I just loved this when we did it. You know, it's so funny. And this, another one that's super simple. Actually just we punched through a tag so that it would reveal the inside of the next thing. So I mean, it was like we were just teaching them different things that they could do. And then we didn't tie through this here. We just made the bow and put it right in the middle of the reinforcer. And here's another one. This one was actually printed from Print Artist, and I used to have that. I actually still have Print Artist. I just don't know where all the great images are. But this is really cute with a little girl and maybe like her little sister or something. And then we just put some vintage looking ribbon, and this is kind of like an upholstery trim or something in there. So I actually have that in two colors. And this one here was, it's one of those really nice textured paper, and then this was just look really formal. We did the vintage ribbon, and then we did a ribbon rose, and you know, it's been packed away so it looks smashed, but I think that kind of makes it look like maybe it was in, you know, saved in somebody's scrapbook, and you know, from a day gone by or whatever. And then, you know, rubber stamped a sentiment on there. Friends like you are precious and few. And this, I think, might have been the first rubber stamp we ever bought. It says, friendship is a cozy shelter from life's rainy days. And this was the cloud. And I've used this too, and kind of made like rainbowy colors. And I used it when I did the fairy embellishment. I love that. It's like one of my favorite things, and it was probably one of the first things I bought was that. And then we got this rubber stamp. And me and my friend, we'd take turns buying stuff. Oh, and this one we actually wrote in, I thank my God upon every remembrance of you. So, but that is such an adorable stamp. Okay, and then this was a stamp. I think I might have got it in something I purchased, but it says thanks, but it's in Japanese writing, I think. I think it's Japanese writing. And this is a trifold card, and this was one of the, it was a fan charm from my jewelry pieces. And I had a lot of them, so I said, oh, we can make one of the cards with that on there. And I actually have two of those. And this one here, I did this actually as a Christmas card one year. And this is actually an ancestors. And it's so funny because they actually remind me of my two uncles, my two youngest uncles. And And it's from that side of the family, of course. And anyhow, when I printed it, I think I stretched it out because where I printed it from, it wouldn't stay the right size. You had to like decide what if you wanted it bigger or smaller and wider or thinner, you know. So I think they ended up taller than what they were actually supposed to be. But they have their skis and stuff, and I just thought that would just be an awesome Christmas card. And I've actually scrapbooked this original picture now. And I used one of those papers, and I don't remember what company that was from, but I love vintage. It's like I would do everything in vintage, and see, I did it as a Christmas card. I would have done everything vintage, you know, but you know that it really wouldn't go with my grandchildren who are not vintage. And this is another card we did at Christmas time. And you know, we just did the square. We tried to make things, you know, we'd do some hard ones and then some easy ones for the ladies, because some of them would be their first time. Just like the one lady who really took off. Now this is one, my friend, she had bought this because her husband and her did landscaping, and she would do a Christmas card every year for them. I think she probably purchased them first, but not, you know, this is when she started actually making a Christmas card for them, for her clients. And this is one of the cards that she made for them, and then I made one too, because it's like, you know, we had to do everything the same. And I think this, we did this one craft show, and they had embossing things there, and that's where we got a lot of our embossing things. And they even made special rubber stamps. They're the ones who made our rubber stamp for the back. And then I had them do some, like the grandkids' names and stuff like that, and the kids' names. And this is one we had done, actually, we did a couple of notebooks for Christmas time. I think we did 3 notebooks, like in November. But this is one of the notebooks. Well, it looks like it's the same theme as the notebook, and it's got this pocket, and it tells you steps to be a successful gardening, stamps to successful gardening. Yeah, I can get that out. And so it has that written on it that I actually just typed on the computer. And then I don't know, it's got this raffia. It's not raffia. I don't know what it is, but it's like, I love this paper, the little sunflower paper. It's got gardening stakes with carrots and pumpkins and peas, it looks like. It's got a little bug on it. Okay, my camera quit, so I know how long I've been. Okay, this is, because I'm into all these interactive things, I made this little, it's like a pocket, or it's an envelope, and there's nothing in it, but I just made, and I just actually just build it. I didn't have a die or anything to cut it out. I just winged it. But I just thought that was super cute. No, this is some fun paper that we had done did we do our birthday book out of this? I think I did a birthday book out of this for the girls, which is way down on my list, one of the first videos. I just show it. And then this actually is a card that is in one of these books. It's like all the papers for it and all the information on how to do these cards, and I'm going to give those away at the end of the video. So this opens up, and then you'd write your sentiment in here. Oh, I think that's supposed to be glued there. So it's supposed to be a pocket, like you can put money in there, put your saying, you know, your sentiment there. It's got a little Velcro here and Velcro here, and I think it's super cute. This is the only one I have left out of the cards that I made from that book, and I'll be showing you that here shortly. This is just a rubber stamp that I did with some of the pearlescent. I don't know, I gave that stuff away because it's like it was just too much. Again, it's like I have too much stuff in my art room, so I got rid of that stuff, but I saved that one. And see, I like bulky things too. So this was a tag. It just says do not open until December 25th, and it's supposed to go like this on a present, but I have not used this, and I just bent some wire and put those little faux lights on there. Here's another one I did, and these are super old. I think these might have even been before we started. Oh, I think actually we did these actually in a card class too. One time we just did Christmas tags. So I think these two might have been from the Christmas tag series. And so they were fun. I love tags. Here's one I made out of graphic 45 paper. I think it was By the Sea. And I did tearing. I did these little pockets. Does that come out of there? I think that it does. Some of these things have been tucked in here for so long. Oh, this was from the branding strip, and so I just tore it, and it says By the Sea there. I folded it over and did an eyelet, tied some twine there, and then I put a little anchor charm, and rubber stamped on the back too, put a reinforcer, and then where the embellishments, one of those embellishment papers, I actually punched that and put a hole in it to make another reinforcer. So here's a stamp that goes in there, one that goes here, and then one that goes here, and because I love pockets. Like I said, everything would be interactive if possible. Okay, now these are some that they're not actually just the covers now, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna trim them down and make new cards with them. And it's like when I pulled this out, this is like one of the first cards we ever made. It's like, I still love this. I just think it's so pretty. And this is one of those, I don't know what they called them. I want to call it like a tag, but it's metal and there's vellum. And then we put an eyelet in it and a flower. I think it's so cute. And then we cut out like some of these little centers. It's just such a simple design, but it's so pretty. And then this is one I previewed for you yesterday, and we made like little, so it looked like smoke coming out of the little teapot. And this is a half of a charm. So it was a charm that I had some charms, and I just cut them in half, and that way we could put it on a card and it wouldn't be too lumpy. And we did it as a Mother's Day card. And this one, I was thinking it was actually open. Every time I pick this up, it seems so thick. And I think this was a K & Company paper. I love word papers. It's got the buttons on it. And otherwise these were just, instead of fussy cut, I just tore them. And I think those are super cute. Here's a Dad's Day card, and it's got one of those skeleton leaves, some ribbon. This actually was a clock face. I bought some clock faces, made some different jewelry with that. And then these they were like these plastic circles that you could put things in, or maybe they're metal. I think that might be metal. And then an old postage, I think they're actual old postage stamps. But I think that's super cute. And striped paper, in the argyle, it looks very manly. Oh, and this is one of the cards that my granddaughter, I think she was maybe 7 or 8, because I think Tegan was actually sleeping, and me and Brenda made cards, and this is where she learned how to use the, what is it called? Peel-offs. And I gave her these things, and we did cards, and her and Tegan gave one to me. Okay. And then this one was, I think it was a Mother's Day card or something, or I used it as a Mother's Day card. But just using that punch makes it look like a hydrangea. Thought that was super cute. And this what used to be my favorite color combo was green and purple. So here it is again, green and purple. And I love shoes, and particularly boots like this. So that was another rubber stamp, and like layering the cards and doing the punching. I just think this is so pretty. And then with the tearing, I just love this. And this one here, a man card. Now there's not much to it because it's like to me it's hard to do a man card, but it's like it could have a button on it or a twig or something. But it's got the real pretty tree, and then that handmade paper and some plaid. And here's we had these 4 seasons of birds, and we used like the paisley, the wood paper, and then we rolled it up. We actually tore it out so the birds are underneath there, and then put a twig in it. And now you got to make sure that whenever you put something this bulky in it, you got to make sure that you cut your card down more than the smaller than the envelope. I looked up, my battery was dying. Okay, this one here, this is a Creative Memories paper, and it looks like a handkerchief, and I forget what. I gave this to a man. I might have given it to my husband because he used to wear these bolos because of doing the old time photos. But and I think I had letters on here, but I just think that's super cute, super simple. But I did use one of those bolo charms that I had. This one here, this says happy birthday, and this is one of those paper flowers that first time I ever found paper flowers. This is one of them. And then I had, this is like a washi paper, and it's probably one of my first washi papers. And I just think this turned out super cute, and it's super simple. And here's another dad's card, and I just typed out the definition of a dad, and then I made a little circle tag, hung it from ribbon, and then used 2 eyelets, and then this super cool wooden button. And I love how that looks, and it's again super simple. This is embossed, and then I forget what kind of inks we used to color it, but might have been Creative Memory, or no, probably Stampin' Up! Inks. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's been a while. And here's another one, and with the handmade paper or mulberry paper. This one's mulberry paper, but I think it's still handmade. But I love how that looks. I think it's so gorgeous. And here's another mom card. And one time I just took all my scraps and just made these little envelopes, and I just winged it. But I think they turned out pretty good, just winging it. And then I made these little tags, and I think I just cut this out too because I didn't have a tag die or a punch back then, and I didn't have a die machine until probably 5 years ago, maybe less. But I thought that turned out cute, and I love this paper right here. And then of course there's the writing paper. Here's another one with, I think that's that K & Company, and these were paper, and I just tore them again. And and this, the hubby and the kids we gave this to somebody because my name's on it too. Okay, I was thinking they gave that to me because the hubby, he just goes in and finds a great card from me to give me. And here's another, just a really simple card. Now this has the flower soft on it again, but I just love that look. I just think that is so pretty. I love the little chairs. And this is an embossed angel, and we used this actually for Christmas one year, and I put a Bible verse in there and then just typed our names and everything and put it in there. But I love how that looks. I think you can see it good there. And Oh, this is another one of my favorite. Just the colored paper here. This looks like love letters. Oh, and I said I did this in scrapbooking. I wish I would have done it more. This one I actually punched holes and tied those in there. And then I used one of these. They're butterflies that are made out of feathers. So that was one of those. And so look how super simple that is, but so cute. And it is lumpy. You gotta make sure you cut your card down a little bit. This is one of the Flower Soft ones that I did, and this is some of those fancier corners that are the peel-offs, and I just think these are so cute. And then a textured paper, and here's the Stampin' Up. This was a happy birthday card, and then you use like second generation stamps so that some of them are in the background, or maybe it's snowing more so you can hardly see that tree in the back. I think that's so cute. Oh, here's another one of the school ones, but I put it down here, the little paper. And this one I put A+ and just like made it look like a letter or something there. But I think those are fun, and it was cute doing the little felt and then the toothpick making it into chalk. And I guess I had an envelope with that. Okay, so, oh, I was going to show you these other things. This, we must have did 3, because I think I saved one of each. For one of our classes, we did this like in November, and we gave them these, what are they called? They're like school books. I don't know what to call them. We made like a pocket in here. I just want to put something in here. Made a pocket here in the front. We put a pocket in the back. Nope, we left it like it is in case we needed information back here. But this is actually our garden book, and like we'll actually draw like a floor plan, but it's a garden plan, and you know, so we know what we did last year. We use these rubber stamps on here to make it more decorative. And then everybody got the papers to build this book here. So this is how the back looks, and it's just like all torn papers. And we gave them the papers, and they'd have to tear it to however they wanted it. And this is like that one card I showed you. And then it has the 8 steps to successful gardening. And so we did like a library card, but we really vintaged it up. It's got whatever this stuff is. It's got a key. And then it says, one is never closer to God than in the garden. Okay, in a garden. And it's got a fly, it's got, you know, the words, and we rubber stamped these. I thought these were so fun. The ladies just love this. They love doing this class. And then we did a Thanksgiving one, and I printed out these on fabric, some, you know, Thanksgiving ones. I think I probably had a couple of different ones that they could pick out of. And again, we did tearing. We had them cover the corners or the binding, and then did some more tearing. And yeah, they just love these. And we said, you know, oh, and then we have Thanksgiving blessing here. And they said, you know, you could just put your, you can tell I've written nothing in it, but you could put your, you know, every time you had Thanksgiving, anybody who came for Thanksgiving, then they could always write in it, you know, or just write your special memories from Thanksgiving. And then we did a Christmas one. And we rubber stamped our name in here. Everybody got a book plate, a piece of candy, and another one of these fabric things I put through my printer. I made a ton of these until my printer quit, so I had to give up doing that because I was ruining the printer. So I did ruin that printer. Oh, I don't know if, did we put string in that one? Okay, we put these in here. And like the longest one, you could actually mark your page. I don't think I wrote anything in this one either. Oh, and this actually has a ribbon on it. And we didn't tear this one, we just had the different papers. And you could actually, you know, mark your day or whatever with that. And is that in the back? Yeah, so it's taped or glued back here. And you know, you could always lay it there and have people write in it at Christmas. You could pass it around and say, write your favorite moment from grandma's or whatever. But I love how this looks. I just think it's so festive and cute. And it makes noise. See, it's more than interactive. So I wanted to show you, you know, kind of what I did before I just, well, actually kind of in between scrapbooking. We did that for a few years and I said, oh, we're not getting any scrapbooking done. We've got to quit. Okay, so this is what I'm going to give away. This is like it's called a letterpress plate, and I bought it at Tuesday Morning. I never used it. I don't know how to use it. And now I have a different kind of die machine, but maybe somebody would like it, so I'm putting that in with this. This is paper pizzazz sheets. I don't know if it's got the date on here. I mean, it's from about 2021. Let's see, 2000. So this has several sheets in it. There are a few that are missing, but I'm gonna put that in. And then I have this one. This is where I made this card, and it's from here. And me and my friend, we made all these cards that were in here. And it's got the papers in here that you need to make the cards. And then, so like all these are here, so you can make, and I used every card with the exception of this one, and probably because I didn't have an envelope for it, but now I do. So I can put that in one. This graduation card, I mean, there was a lot of cute cards. And my daughter had this one. I don't know if, it's just so funny that she had it too. But she never made any of hers, I guess. I might have bought her one. I don't know. She probably bought it herself because I don't remember actually buying them card making kits. But here's that one there. Right there. And then all the instructions for making them are at the beginning. So in the front is how to make them. I love this paper. In fact, I considered just pulling this out, but I'm gonna leave it for whoever gets this book. And so you have to be in the US to play, because I just can't mail it. I mean, it would be a small fortune, I know, to mail, because I've mailed overseas before and it's like, whoa, that was a lot. I'd have been better off just send her a gift certificate. And I feel bad, but I thought, okay, I'm mailing this, but I just can't do it with heavy stuff. So this was a real pretty one, and that's got that lace. Yeah, I remember these. They were fun. They're fun to make. So that will be one of the gifts. And then this one here, it's more 8.5 by 11 pages. Now this was hers too. They're kind of folded up a little bit at the end, but I straightened them out, so hopefully they get a little flatter. But I know I probably still have some of these in my papers, because I just end up tearing out all my papers out of any of these. But these were just, I think they're called like elegant papers. Oh, pretty papers. So I think this whole thing is full. So this is full, this is full, and there's a few out of this one, and then you will get this. So if you want to win this, leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what I did when I wasn't scrapbooking, because I'm always doing something. Oh, I was going to show you this too, and I'll try to get a picture of it. This is what I have my cards in. Actually, I just have these few cards except for the ones out here, but these ones you've seen me make, and then some of them were from a swap that I know I've showed you. But it looks like a drawer, and I got it from Hobby Lobby. I just love it. That's what I had it sitting on the counter because I was going through all these and these are all envelopes here. And I just saved different envelopes. I think we bought like a pack of odd envelopes, and so, or I don't know, I've ended up with a bunch of odd envelopes. So that's kind of nice, because that way when I make something, I'm not restricted to, you know, just like invitation size or whatever. So I will put I'll put a shot of this so you can see it in the front. I love this. I'm gonna put my cards back in here that I'm gonna give away, and maybe put my envelopes somewhere else because I like being able just to come in here and go like this. Okay, what am I gonna send? So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Make sure you sign up for the to win a prize, and subscribe, like it if you haven't subscribed, because you have to do all that to win. And remember, it's just for in the country. Sorry about that. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.